I just finished reading the book Fallen Academy Year 1 by Leia Stone. So this is the first book in a series set in an alternate LA that has been divided into two cities, Demon City and Angel City respectively. So basically in this world, about 13 years ago, there was a war between angels and demons that was fought on Earth, and the power released from this fight sort of infected humans with different types of abilities. So once the angels discovered what had happened, they also found that they couldn't reverse this change, like they couldn't make infected humans just human again. So instead, what they decided to do was they cast a spell on everyone under the age of 18 to suppress their powers. So once the idea was that humans could live like a relatively normal childhood before they came into their abilities during what they call an awakening ceremony. So once a person hits the age of 18, they have this ceremony where the suppression spell is removed, and then people discover like what kind of powers they have and go to either Fallen Academy, which is on the angel side of things, or Tainted Academy on the demon side of things to learn about their abilities, and eventually like make their way into society. So this is you can't just like leave the power suppressed forever, because the idea is that eventually the suppression spell will wear off no matter what. It's more just picking a good time for people to learn about it. So the main character, mom is someone who, for certain reasons, ends up as a servant to demons, and the main character is technically slated to be a servant as well. But at her awakening ceremony, like they discover that she's someone with black angel wings, and this is extremely unusual and has never been seen before. And then the story basically follows her learning about her abilities and a lot of the conflicts that come from the role that she is intended to play in the war that's still going on between angels and demons. So this is basically a school story, and I think I was surprised by how much I did actually like the main character. So it was, I think, pretty obvious that she was someone who did care a lot about other people. Like there were her family members, like her best friend, and I remember this scene where she's watching other people at the awakening ceremony, where you feel bad, I guess, for the problems that, some of them will face, even if they're people who have nothing to do with you. And I think this left a really good impression on me. I think it was also really helpful that she had a sense of humor. So the tone of the story, I was told from a first-person point of view, like there was a good mixture of playfulness, I guess, with the seriousness that made it a lively and energetic kind of story, and just something that was fun to read with a good amount of humor. Like it did actually make me laugh at several points. I think that's always a bonus. Something I did not like very much was the romance line, which is a little unfortunate because this story is very heavy on the romance. It took maybe like 30 seconds for me to really hate the main guy character, and once I really hate a character, no matter what he does later, it's really hard for me to like him again. And I think he's really serious and doesn't have much of a sense of humor, so the interactions between the two are really tense. I know some people like the kind of pair where you start off hating each other and then grow to like each other or something, but I rarely find this kind of relationship interesting to read about. And I think it's also extremely stressful. There's also a lot of agonizing once she discovers she likes him, I guess, with the whole like, oh no, I like this person, and do they like me? And this kind of angsting, I guess, or just this kind of turmoil is usually something I just don't have any patience for. So yeah, I guess I did find it funny that one of the main character's biggest concerns, like for both her and her friend, was that they don't want to turn evil, and like it's actually a legitimate concern because, for instance, people get involved in with demons even if you're not, it wasn't voluntary, like if you end up practicing dark magic or something, that there is a very real risk of turning into a bad guy. And it was kind of both funny but also really sensible, like that this was something that they were really worried about. So there are a lot of elements to the story that I think might encourage me to read the next book, although I think it would depend a lot on if the romance line like settles down and if there's less conflict in general, like I probably will read book 2 because I want to know what happens like with the main character's family members and stuff. But if the romance line continues to be really heavy, I'm not sure if I'll read more than that.